Hi YouTube, I'm just making a video about how I get all my lithium cells. So what I do is I go to our local battery, or just, it's a place for recycling, and I get tons of laptop batteries from there. They've actually allowed me to get the laptop batteries for free. So what I do is I have to take the laptop batteries and I have to open them up. So I'll do that now. Oh, wow, I can't believe I was actually able to get that out, or open it right. Oh, yeah, this battery, I can tell just by looking at it, it's bad. This one's actually looks like it's leaked. I'm probably just going to completely skip this one now, if that's the case. So basically the tools I use for cell extraction are just flat needle nose pliers to pull off the battery tabs, because those are trickier to get off, and just standard wire cutters for breaking into the battery. Just looking at the part of this battery that I've opened, I can clearly see heat damage. If you look, the plastic or the insulation around the cell, you can actually see is bulging out in places, and that's a sign of heat. So just knowing that, I think I'm just going to completely skip that battery. So this is another one. This is another HP. So I will now open this one. It's good to have really strong hands for this, because you have to be fairly strong yet careful at the same time. If you look at this battery, you can see that this area right here is probably going to be where the BMS protection board is. Well, based on this being here, it might be all the way across. Sometimes if you remove the battery's label, yeah, you might be lucky enough to find little window things that you can actually rip off easier. But unfortunately, HP batteries tend to be some of the hardest to open. Some batteries you can just rip them open with just bare-handed, but HP batteries are some of the hardest. Oh, there we go. After you've opened hundreds of laptop batteries like I have, you start to realize, or you get the idea of where the cells are. So this is why it's good to have really strong hands. You just go like this and break them open. I can tell by looking at these cells that they're Sanyos. I generally don't have very good luck with Sanyos. Oh, I guess I was wrong. This spot is completely empty. It seems kind of wasteful. So what you do is you take these are held in by double-sided tape, which is kind of a pain. You can see all of the connections. And right now, just to get an idea, I'm going to do voltage tests on them. I tend to not like using cells where the voltages start out really low, because many of these batteries in the recycling place have been sitting for so long, they tend to be quite low. As expected. Well, those ones are 3.3, okay. 5.2. Okay, well, some of these seem to have sufficient voltage. So this is where the flat pliers come in. Oh, weird. This is wired really weird. I usually start with the negative sides. The welds in here seem to be fairly weak. The positive sides, on the other hand, are a little bit more difficult. You have to be a lot more careful. My sister's sleeping, so I should probably talk a bit quieter. She'll probably wonder who the heck I'm talking to, but doing that's not that important. That's usually can be done after. 2.5 volts, that's kind of on the low side. Yeah, I should probably be a little more careful with the positives. So basically I have an agreed arrangement with the recycling place. It's called Planet Earth Recycling, seeing as I live in West Bank, which is next to Kelowna. They basically give me an agreement where I can just take as many lithium batteries as I want, and in an exchange for that, just pay them like a fee of, I think we agreed on about $10 a month, which is actually a very good deal because I'm able to go through and test dozens of lithium cells a day, and many of them are bad, some of them are good, and then I can go and build my batteries with them, which I can then sell for $400 a piece, it's great. A lot of people are turned off. Ow. This is the only problem you gotta worry about. These things are razor. Oh, I'm bleeding on this hand too. I just got gashed. That's the only thing. When you're opening these batteries, be prepared to get cut a lot. These burrs and end pieces are razor sharp. Sometimes, like this cut I got here, you'll get cut and you won't even realize it. That's kind of ironic, you know. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes last month, so that'll be kind of funny when I have to test my blood. I could probably just use the blood I bleed out when just getting cut by these batteries. That would be kind of weird. Just test my blood whenever I'm opening these batteries and get cut. If you ever wonder why I look over my glasses, I'm incredibly nearsighted, so my glasses are there to see distances that are larger, such as more than 4 inches away, but without my glasses on, my viewing distance is like this. So I can see perfectly clearly, absolutely stunningly, at a distance of probably about 2 inches from my eyes. It removes the need for me to use, I don't ever need to use magnifying glasses or anything like that, because my eyes are already, set to that distance anyway, so it gives me a bit of a visual advantage. And when I look over my glasses, it basically allows me to see close up and very clearly. That doesn't want to stand up properly. The reason I'm not removing all of this junk, such as these wrappers and stuff on it, is because it's very, very likely, I'd say about 95% chance that these cells will not have near their rated capacity. Partly I'm basing that on just simply the fact that these are Sanyos, and Sanyos tend to be some of the least lucky ones that I end up with. Okay, so opening the bad laptop batteries, getting the cells out it's quick. It's an easy, quick part of the process. The next part of the process takes quite a bit longer. And that is charging all these cells and then fully discharging them through a capacity counter, which I will show you how I do that now. So here's my setup for battery testing. Just get my soldering iron out of the way. So these are the, oh geez, what's with the blur? These are the testers that I use. So take the cells, each of these can do 4. Then I insert them. So set them for charge mode. It may not like these low voltages, but yep. That one worked. Next two, yeah. It's really not liking those low voltages. So what I'm going to do to get their voltages up is go to, I'm just to force it to charge, I'm going to go to nickel metal hydride mode, turn the current down to 100 milliamps. Oh, that's not good. 0.05 volts. I think I'm just gonna not bother with that then. Sanyo cells, if they've been over discharged, tend to develop internal shorts. Let's see what this one is at. Set it to 100 milliamps. Yeah, 0.23. I'm gonna pass on that one as well. So to take the other 2 cells that were not, I'll test their voltages. Yep, 3.3 and 2.7. Those are acceptable. Now, one thing you have to remember is, I'm sure you've heard of all the horror stories about lithium batteries lighting on fire. Something that I do take seriously because many of these cells are unknown condition. They may actually already have internal shorts, which once their voltages are low enough, the, what is it that builds up is, usually if the cell has an internal short and it hasn't completely discharged it, it will bring the voltage down to a certain level, and at which the short will suddenly stop shorting. So when testing cells, it's a very good idea to not charge unknown condition batteries unattended, because they will start to heat up over time if they are damaged. And yeah, I'm charging at 1.5 amps, and you can see that those ones that were at 3 volts are already above 4. That indicates the cells have high resistance, which generally means that it'll perform very poorly. Let's see. Yeah, so, I guess I hook this. I was using something for my, let's see. I was using the battery thing for this one, the battery holder for this, for something else. Oh, yeah. This charger has a couple issues with it. The first one is this piece broke, which is kind of annoying. And one of these, this port, I believe, thinks that a button's being pressed randomly sometimes, so it actually cancels charging, which is quite a pain. So I consider it unreliable. So this one works fine, so cell group 2, and this one works fine, so cell group 4. Switch it to charge mode. No, not discharge. And we'll see if these are fine. Yep, these are sufficient. So after these cells are fully charged, which is probably going to be in an hour or so, I will then need to discharge them, and these chargers will count the capacity that the batteries put out. And there's a nice website called, I think it's called Second Life Storage, where you type in the the capacity, or not the capacity, the name of the cells, and it usually gives you nice data sheets and capacity readouts for them. Or you can just simply, with these Sanyo cells, I can just simply go to the battery that they were in, and it will say the capacity on it. Where is it? I think that's it there. Yeah, 4.4 amp hours, and since these were 3 sets of 2, these batteries are then rated for 2.2 amp hours. Yeah, so that's basically where I get my cells from. It's, I guess, seeing as I pay $10 a month to the recycling place for this, I guess they're not 100% free, but they're pretty close to free. I've got basically a box full of hundreds of laptop batteries, and I can literally just walk into the recycling place, go to their lithium battery thing, and take whatever I want. There were batteries there just the other day that I thought were lithiums, but they're not. And they look like these. I thought these were going to be lithiums, but in fact they're actually lead acids. They almost look like from a bike battery or something. And turns out these were the cells that were in or not cells, batteries, because cells is singular, and these were in it. As you can see, horrible bulging, so these batteries I'll just bring right back to the recycling place, and yeah, that's basically what I do. These are just flat pack batteries. These ones I don't really like because they're bag batteries, or what people generally refer to as lithium polymer, which, as far as I can tell, scientifically, all lithium batteries are lithium polymer, but just people call the bag cells lipo for just, I think it's like just something people call them. So these I will actually either just bring to the recycling place, or I'll test them. I'm not really sure which. So that's basically how I get my lithium batteries that I use for all my battery builds. So I guess that's all I'm going to talk about for now, so bye.